Good morning, everyone. Today we are gathered here for the in-house training session, and topic for today is cyber security and ethics. We are living in the world of digitalization. Our country is on the verge of digitalizing everything. For a single activity, we are dependent on internet, on computers. So we must need to understand the things regarding the cyber security and ethics. And I would like to invite our resource person, Raju Ranjan Sinha. So sir, please come and join us.
Thank you, Manish sir. Good morning, all of you. I, Raju Ranjan Sinha, and I am here to conduct an online in-house training session on the topic of cyber security and ethics. Firstly, we have to know what is ethics. Ethics is a broadcast sense, refers to the concern that humans have always had for figuring out how best to live. The philosopher Socrates is quoted as saying in 399 BC that the most important thing is not life but the good life. We would all like to avoid a bad life, one that is shameful and sad. Fundamentally, lacking is worthy achievement unredeemed by love, kindness, beauty, friendship, courage, honor, joy, or grace. Yet what is the best way to obtain the opposite of this? A life that is not only acceptable but even excellent and worthy of admiration. How do we identify a good life? One worth choosing from among all the different ways to living and lay open to us. This is the question that the study of ethics attempt to answer. Today, the study of ethics can be found in many different places. As an academic field of study, it belongs primarily to the discipline of philosophy, where it is studied either on the theoretical level or on a practical applied level, as will be our focus. In community life, ethics is pursued through diverse cultural, political, and religious ideas and practices through which particular social groups give their members guidance about how best strive to become a better person. In work life, it is often formulated in formal codes or standards to which all members of profession are held, such as those of medical or legal ethics. Professional ethics is also taught in dedicated courses such as business ethics. Ethics can also be infused into courses such as this one: moral values in cyberspace, the good, the bad, and the electronic. Advice to freshmen: how we advise freshmen to do in cyber. Don't look at anything in a physics lab, as we know that what is the physics lab and why we don't look anything in physics lab. Second, don't smell anything in a biology lab. Third, don't test anything in chemistry lab because they are very dangerous to us. Don't touch anything in medical lab. Don't listen to anything in philosophy course. Don't trust anything in a computer lab because they are all different. What does ethics have to do with technology? There is nothing new or special about ethical issue involving computer technology. There is a growing international courses conscious that ethics is of increasing importance to education in technical field and that it must become part of the language and technologies are comfortable using. Today, the world's largest technical professional organization, IEEE, the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, has an entire division devoted just to technology ethics. In 2014, IEEE began holding its own international conference on ethics in engineering, science and technology practice. To supplement its overarching professional code of ethics, IEEE is also working on new ethical standards in emerging areas such as AI, robotics and data management. What is driving this growing focus on technology ethics? What is the reasoning behind it? The basic rationale is really quite simple. Technology increasingly shapes how human beings seek to good life, and with what degree of success well designed and well used technologies can make it easier for people to live well. For example, by allowing more efficient use and distribution of essential sources for a good life such as food, water, energy or medical care. Poorly designed or misused technologies can it harder to live well. For example, by toxifying our environment or by reinforcing unsafe, unhealthy or antisocial habits. Technologies are not ethically neutral, for they reflect the values that we bake in to them with our design choices, as well as the values which guide our distribution and use of them. Technologies both reveal and shape that humans value, what we think is good in life and worth seeking. Of course, it always been true. Technology has never been separate from our ideas about the good life. We don't build or invest in our technology hoping it will take no one's life better or hoping it make all our lives worse. So what we knew? Why is ethics now such an important topic in technical context more to than even? Second law of philosophy. Policy vacuum. Computers are logically malleable. Typical problem arise in computer ethics because there is a policy vacuum about how computer technology should be used. Accordingly, many lawmakers lack of technical experience needed to guide effective technology policy. This means that technological experts are increasingly called upon to help anticipate those social impact and to think proactively about how their technical choices are likely to impact human lives. This means making ethical design and implementation choices in a dynamic, complex environment where the few legal handrails that exist to guide those choices are often outdated and inadequate to safeguard public well-being. For example, face and voice recognition algorithm can now be used to track and create a lasting digital record of your movement and action in public. Even in places where previously you would have felt more or less anonymous, there is no consigned legal framework governing this kind of data collection. Even through such data could be prominently be used to expose a person's medical history by recording which medical and mental health facilities they express to person, medically history by recognizing how frequently they attend services and where their visit, by recording how frequently they attend services and where, or other status as a victim of violence by recording visit to a victim service agencies or other sensitive information up to and including the content of their personal convention in the street. What does a person giving access to all that data or tasked with keeping it secure need to understand about its ethical significance and power to affect a person's life. Another factor driving to recent exploitation of interest in technology ethics is the way in which 21st century technology and reshaping that global distribution of power, justice and responsibility. Companies such as Facebook, Google, Amazon, Apple and Microsoft are some seen as having level of global political influence comparable to or in some cases greater than that the states and nations. In the wake of revelation about the expected impact of social not only does technology greatly impact our opportunities for living a good life, but its positive and negative impacts are often disturbed unevenly among individuals and groups. Technologies can generate widely disparate impact, creating winners and losers in the social lottery or magnifying existing inequalities, as when the life enhancing benefits of a new technology are enjoying only by citizens or wealthy nation, while the life degrading burden to environmental contaminant product by its manufacture fall upon citizen of poorer nation. In other cases, the technology can help to create fairer and more just social arrangement on create new access to means of living well, as when cheap portable solar power is used to allow children in rural villages without electric power in learn to read and study after dark. How do we ensure that access to the numerous benefit promises by new technologies and the exposure to their risk? What does ethics have to do with cyber security? Nation information gap, example sub-Saharan African, any third world of the country. What does ethics have to do with cyber security? Cyber security practices have as their aim the securing that is the keeping safe of data, computer system and networks, software and hardware. While those data, systems and networks might have some economic or other values in and to themselves, what cyber security practices primarily protect are the integrity, functionality and reliability of human practices. If you are the cyber security professional tasked with securing a hospital's network and critical data from invasion and attack, you are intimately involved in protecting sick patient even if you have no medical training. Patients' privacy, health, even their survival can enhance upon your success or failure. In many cases, the well-being of patient families and caregivers in giving shielded by you practice as well. This is a particularly stark example, but cyber security practices and professionals are also critical to the protection of credit user, students' power and water customer, voter, investors, drivers, train and aeroplane passengers, basically all of you. This means that ethical issues are at the core of cyber security practices. Because these practices are increasingly required to secure and shield the ability of human individuals and groups to live well. And given the increasing complexity and difficulty of securing online data and system across the proliferating landscape of cloud computing services. Electronic voting, paper versus machine versus computer. What significant ethical benefit and harm are linked to cyber security efforts? One way of thinking about benefits and harms in it is to understand what our life interests are. Like all animals, humans have sufficient vital interest in food, water, air, shelter, and bodily integrity, but we also have strong life interest in our health, happiness, family, friendship, social reputation, liberty, autonomy, knowledge, privacy, economic security, respectful and fair treatment by others, education, meaningful work, and opportunities for leisure, play, entertainment, and creative and political expression, among other things. Cybersecurity practices can significantly impact each of these fundamental interests of a human being. In the respect, then cybersecurity has a broader ethical sweep than some of the stark example of technical practices given earlier, such as the engineering of bridges, unethical design choices of building bridges can destroy bodily integrity and health, and through such damage make it harder for people to flourish. But unethical choices in cybersecurity context can cause many more different kind of harm. While cybersecurity failures could in certain physically impact saves a liberty destroyed, effective cybersecurity practices can also generate a vast range of benefits for society at large, including safer infrastructure, reduced social and economical anxiety, and increased investment and innovation. Important ethical issue in cybersecurity. It harms our privacy. Thanks to the ocean of sensitive data that person and organization are generating today, or to use a better metaphor, the many different lakes of spring and river of data that are pulling the flowering across the digital landscape. Most of us do not realize how exposed our lives and poverty are or can be by poor cybersecurity practices. Some of the most common cybersecurity to privacy include identity theft, in which personally identifying information is stolen and used to impersonate victims in financial transactions, taking out loans in a victim's name or using their credit cards to make unauthorized purchases or for other illegitimate purposes, such as providing criminals whose stolen identifies, hacking the other network. We can also be used to obtain sensitive information about individual and their activities, such as be used for the purposes of blackmail, extortion, and other forms of unethical and or illegal manipulation of people's will. Privacy violation of this sort of often used to get victim to harm the interest of third parties, for example, using blackmail to pressure compromised employees to betray sensitive client information, trade secrets, or engage in our form of corporate or government espionage and microconduct. The risk of privacy harm created by poor or unethical cybersecurity practices are implied further by the continued growth of the global data ecosystem that gives most individuals little to no ability to personally acquire, delete, correct, or control the storage of release of their private information only thin reckoningly inconsistent and weakly enforced sets of data. Regulations are policy perfect for the use of reputational, economic and emotional harms. That release of sensitive data into the wrong hands can cause even anonymous data can be when linked or merged such other datasets reveal intimate facts or in many cases falsehoods about us. Privacy isn't just about our online activities either. Facial gates and voice recognition algorithms as well as geocodes mobile data can now identify and gather information about us as we move and act in many possible and private spaces. Radio frequency identification. Harms to property. We saw above that property can be indirectly threatened by violation of data privacy through mechanisms such as extortion. However, often property is directly targeted through cyber that may seek to misappropriate electronic funds, still valuable intellectual property such as trade secret, obtain bank account numbers and passwords. To remotely cause damage or destruction to the individual for recognition, digital targets by profit-seeking criminal enterprises, by politically moved groups of non-state actors, by agents of corporate espionage, by hostile military or intelligence agents of foreign nations, or by the assertive impulses of the lone hacker or collective seeking of demonstrate their own destructive power. It is important to recognize that unauthorized harms of property by typically significant ethical harms. They injure persons who rely upon such property to secure good lives for themselves by others. Property may not be of ethical value as human life are, but the frequently have good reason to consider unauthorized damage to property to be unethical even in the cause when it is not strictly or explicitly provided by law. Cybersecurity resource allocation. Another ethical issue that must allow inform cybersecurity practice is the inevitability high cost of cybersecurity. Cybersecurity effort consume considerable individual and recognition resources, time, money and expertise. They also impose considerable cost on ecosystem resources. Cybersecurity effort can negatively impact data storage capacity, network and download speed, power efficiently and steam instability reliability, of course, not having effect cybersecurity measure in place typically impose even higher and lower unexpectable cost. Still a network that is maximally secure but as a result of practically unusable or economically unsustainable can normally not be justified, just as it would normally not be reasonable or justificable to acquire a bank by boarding up and padlocking all of the doors. Gaming create your own identity, purchase virtual if it's not clear how the issue is resource allocation can be an ethical issue. Consider the stake involved in getting the right balance between security and other competing resources need. If a hospital network security administrator gets spooked by the suspicious port scan of the network and decide to respond to the possible threat by immediately a new and extremely time consuming security logon procedure without first considering the core function and interest of users of the network, they could be endangering patients' lives, especially in departments where quick network access is needed in order to use life-saving medicines or equipments. Transparency and disclosure. Another set of ethical issue is cybersecurity practices has to do with our general but limited obligations of transparency in practices that affect the well-being of other people, because cybersecurity is a form of risk management and those risks when known so that those affected can be informed decisions. For example, it is generally agreed to be the case that if an organization discovers a critical vulnerability in its software, it should modify its customer or client on the discovery of the timely fashion so that they can install a patch if available or take other defensive measures. Yes, in many cases, the appropriate mode of extent of the disclosure and what count as a timely modification in subject to considerable debate. For example, in a case where a vulnerability would be very challenging to discover and exploit by the third party cannot yet be patched by the security terms and involves a critical network of high utility to customers. A delay in notification until a patch is available may be ethically defensible, since premature disclosure would potentially invite a attack that would otherwise not be forthcoming, a higher risk of harm to others. Cybersecurity roles, duties and interest. Anonymity in the virtual world. How many hours do people spend online confusion. Another set of ethical issue in cybersecurity practices that has to do with our general but limited obligation of transparency in practices that affect. Cybersecurity practices involve a number of distinct roles and interests, some of which are in tension with another. In such cases, it can be unclear what our ethical duties are, to whom we owe the greatest ethical concern, and whose interests would be most invested in protecting. The variety of roles and subcultures of cybersecurity practices can also generate confusion about the ethical standard of the cybersecurity community. Careful ethical reflection is necessary to sort through such confusion and arrive at justifiable decisions in particular cases. Ethical challenges in threat incident response. Physical world, DNA, RNA, A, T, G, C, computer world, 0, 1, natural ethics, cyber ethics, creation, natural world, virtual world, controlling cyberspace, relativism need not apply. Cyberspace is beyond graphic and political boundaries. Do we want to enforce ethical standard on cyberspace? Do we have to appropriate incident response plan for each type of threat in incident that we anticipate facing? Do these including concerned action plan for the worst cases scenarios, including mitigation strategies to limit the remedy harms to others in our best effort at preventing a branch fall short. Ethical challenges in balancing security with other values. Have we struck a ethically acceptable balance, all things considerable, between the value of cybersecurity and other values that may be in tension with it, including network devices, instability, reliability, speed, and other resource need of the organization and its stakeholders? Have we had honest conversation with our clients, customer, employers, users about how this balance will be struck, or have we give these stakeholders a false sense of security, or made promises about security system functionality that we cannot keep? If there is a serious breach of our system of other security violation leading to significant harm, will we be able to justify our security resource allocation to affected stakeholders, system users, clients, customers, investors, and board, the media, members of the general public? Do our action reflect consistently, strictly, and transparency in our value commitments, or upon inspection will they reveal arbitrary, inconsistent? For example, if our organization or team take a strong public standard on privacy protection of user's email from third party request by law enforcement, have we fully committed to the implications of the stand? Are we also willing to forego, for example, our own internal monitoring of user email for security purpose? Can any apparent disparties it values commits to be justified and implement with compelling ethical reasoning from participants that will withstand public securities? Ethical challenges in security branch. Vulnerable ethical challenges in network monitoring are user privacy, ethical challenges with competing investors and obligations. Can we? We must depend on human integrity. Thank you. Thank you so much.